The evils of using tape on home improvement projects. When embarking on any number of a variety of home improvement projects, the pull, no pun intended, to use tape in different capacities can be pretty great. Many contractors, including ourselves, even use it as a safety net to help with protecting different types of surfaces. There are so many different applications for tape, as well as types of tape on the marketplace, it can be a little confusing of when to use it, when not to use it, and when using it, what type of tape to use. Tape can be used to aid in the protection of adjacent surfaces when painting or staining. Tape can be used for helping in stabilizing different types of floor protection, rosin paper, ram board, etc., when protecting floors that you're working around. Tape can be used for protecting exterior surfaces in a whole diverse fashion as well. It definitely seems like there are tons and tons of uses for tape in home improvement. What type of tape is best recommended for whatever project you are working on will certainly vary, especially these days when there are so many choices to choose from on the market. What one has to be ultra proactive about when using tape, perhaps more so than anything else, would be the surfaces the tape is being applied to and what lays beneath these specific surfaces. Recently, we experienced this important factor on a couple of different projects we were working on. On one of the projects, our staff member used tape to help achieve a tighter cut line in a challenging space. The problem came when he went to take the tape off. He pulled off the paint that the tape was attached to all the way to the bare plaster. When something like this occurs, the paint that the tape is attached to is typically not correctly bonded to the plaster beneath it. It is essentially floating on the plaster. Until something like tape being attached to it and pulling on it is done, it may never be tested and one might never know that the coating that the tape is attached to is not bonded correctly. Once the tape pulls that paint off, things could certainly be fixed, and we did that. It is just a total pain in the neck to do so. Another recent time where we had a significant challenge with tape happened while protecting floors in a major repair project we were working on. We used tape to tape down ram board to hardwood floors throughout the home. When the tape and the ram board was taken up, the tape pulled up the polyurethane that it was attached to, all the way to the bare hardwood floor underneath it. Just as in the paint example, the surface that the tape was taped to had an adhesion issue associated with it. In this case, the polyurethane was not correctly done when the floors were initially coated. The floors, most likely pre-finished when they were originally put in, possibly not though, should never so easily have their polyurethane ripped up simply by having tape on them. Just as in the tape example, this can be fixed and we have been in the process of doing so. It is absolutely not a fun thing to have to do though. In both of these cases, it is not the tape's fault, nor do I believe it is necessarily our staff's fault, as the intent to protect was in the right place. The actual action occurred because the surfaces the tape was attached to were not correctly done when they were originally painted in polyurethane respectively. Where we did err is by actually trusting in the first place the surfaces the tape was attached to. Although the tape that you may be using is great quality tape, and it may be being used in the correct application, if the surfaces that the tape is being attached to are not entirely sound and bonded all the way through to their original substrate, plastered wall, bare wood floor, etc., you may have a similar challenge on your hands that we had the unfortunate experience of recently going through. Using tape to help protect areas while doing home improvement work is altruistic and obviously well intended. However, it is extremely important to be conscious of what type of surface the tape is being attached to and the potential problems that may exist while doing so.